What is up, YouTube? I'm back with another video again. I got the Camaro up on jack stands on all four corners. Yesterday, I didn't get it on camera, but I put the jack in the one corner, and then as I was lifting up this side to put this side on, wait for him to go by. But as I was lifting this side up to put it on, the jack had slipped and went up into the floor pan, pushing the floor pan up into the cab. So I gotta get that fixed. I'm just gonna try to push it back down. But right now, I mean, that's for another day. I got some of it pushed down with a hammer and a block of wood. But right now I'm working on the rust that's up in the T-tops. I just had it for a wire wheel. And as you can see, I cleaned it up pretty good. It's not rusted there anymore. Can't get the focus, but it's not rusted right there anymore. So I'm gonna do that on all these spots. It's not too bad up under there. There's still a lot of metal, but I'm gonna get the rest of this done. Like here, I gotta take that piece off and then wire wheel it, and then I'm just gonna hit it with some Rust-Oleum white paint and call it a day and get up under here and stuff. I'm gonna be replacing these seals, so it doesn't matter if I get too bad into it and all that, but I just need to get this metal that's in here out so it's not rusting up underneath of there. So I'm gonna have to put you guys down and come back with you guys after I get this all up and fixed and show you the after product. I mean, this is the before, and then I'll show you a little bit of the after. Alright, so we got her painted up. I masked this off. Still got some overspray on the side, but doesn't matter. I'm going to replace them anyways. I mainly just wanted to not get it so far up into here, that way I can still get the P-tops back on. But I gotta wait for this to dry. It's Rust-Oleum stops rust paint, so it's coated enough that the rust shouldn't come back. It's back on bare metal. And there was a little spot that was under here, right up in here somewhere, right there, that I got back on there. But this paint, this white paint, Rust-Oleum stuff, matches the paint of the car actually. So, and then you see I got some rust right here, but I'm going to be doing a complete repaint. I'm either gonna go like an army gray color and put these pieces here black, or take the whole car black. I'm not sure yet, because the hood already being black, it just needs some clear coat over it, washed up and clear coat put on it, and then it'd be fine. And if I take the whole car black, it'd be perfect. And there's literally no prep work. There's not a lot of prep work that's gonna be done. I got grease or something on my pillar there. But there's not a lot of prep work to get this car back into the order it needs to be for paint wise, because it literally strip it down, and really the only bad spot is back here at the trunk where the paint's flaking off. This is supposed to be the original paint, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm gonna have to get this replaced, this thing here. Not sure what that's called. If you guys know what it's called, let me know in the comments below. It goes around the back window because it's starting to rust out, so I need to get that fixed. It's either I can sand it down and repaint it, or I'm replacing it. I may have to get a whole brand new window, I don't know. But this this tail fin back here used to be black, and he painted it white. It's the third brake light used to go right there, but it's not working. As you can see, it's not even in there. So these are the stock tail lights, but he's got some faded out black ones in the back, so I may put those in there. Tinted out tail lights in the rear, but these have cracks and stuff in them. So, but I got to looking around underneath the car, and I found some rust up underneath the car, and I did a I sanded down some of it on that side, and I painted over it. But there's a rust hole right there. I believe it's a hole. I mean, I'm pushing on it, so it's not going up in, so it's a good thing. I might just sand it down and with my grinder, with my sanding disc, and paint over it, just so it's not bare metal. That's why I painted over it, because I sanded down a spot over there and I painted over it, and it wasn't through. I mean, the under body of this car's good, other than a rust hole right over there that I'll have to fix. This spot I'm probably gonna have to fix, but in this case, I'm probably just gonna buy a whole new freaking floor pan. It's $300, and just have one of my buddies who's a professional welder weld it in for me and call it a day. Because literally there's no reason not to when you got somebody who can do it. So I may just do that, and he won't charge me much if I go to him, but if he has to come to me, then he's gonna charge an arm and a leg. But I found one of these dash covers on Facebook Marketplace for $125. It's the original OEM one. I think I might get that one instead. And instead of paying $300 some. The only thing wrong with it is there's a little chip in the corner right here, and it's like broke right there. But I mean, if I can sand it down, add some foam to it, sand it down, and paint it black, it'd be fine. Or just leave it the way it is. It's on the driver's side, but I mean, it's gonna be a lot better than this. Still haven't got the car running yet, so I'm really not trying to put a lot of money into the car until I do have it running. I mean, I want to get the rust fixed so it's not spreading, but underneath's gonna have to wait until the car is running. But this little bit stuff here, just buy paint at Walmart, spray it, and I can use the paint on other things too, not just this. So, but yeah, this is what we got going on right now. Is got bees dead everywhere in here. Yeah, and then I'm gonna replace this stuff too. It's like that from sit. All it is a couple screws down here, and it comes right out, and then the screw back there, and it comes right off. I'm gonna do like a full restore on this car. If I get it painted, I'm gonna do the door jambs as well. Might as well. I mean, there's no sense in not doing it. Who knows, I may find some rust up under there somewhere. But these definitely need replaced. You can see that. That's gonna cost $600 for the whole new seals. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. I missed a spot right there. It'll be alright, I'm replacing them. But here's the other spot. No more rust. I mean, it's a cheap, fast way to do it, but I'd rather not have rust. Tape off a lot of things and smells like paint in here now, but give that a few minutes to dry, and this a few minutes to dry because I did 3 coats on this one. Looks like I may have to do another couple coats because there's some metal showing through, but I mean, the fact that it's bare metal and there's paint on it now, it should be fine. It's not like I painted over it, the rust that's already there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start installing this thing back for the T-tops. This little plastic thing here. Install that back, and I'll get back with you guys in a minute. Well, the good thing is the motor's not locked down. I was able to spin it like this. Just put it down in there. Takes it a minute, but take it in reverse, see if that helps out a little bit. So that's turning, everything's turning down there. Get back and forward. Everything's turning, so that's a good thing. I just gotta figure out why it's got no power. I put the battery, hooked up the battery, and this battery's from my Tahoe, so I know it's a good battery. Hook it up. Inside it shows low voltage on the meter, so I gotta figure out why it's showing low voltage. It's in neutral, or not neutral, it's in park, so should be able to start it up. The starter doesn't want to engage. You just hear a click whenever you turn the, so it could be the starter, and the starter's way down in there somewhere, and but this car's got a 305 in it. It's stock 305, but yeah, the starter's on the other side over there. Can't see it. I got the car on jack stands just so the suspension's not. I'm definitely going to need alignment because as you can see, this tire is turned and this tire's straight. So it needs an alignment bad on the front, but when I get in and I start the car, it says brake over there, and it says service ending soon, which is normal, but it's saying to put the brake in over there. So I put the brake in and it goes off, but it still won't let me start the car. I can hear the fuel pump priming. So it's either the VATS system, which is the security system, that's either messed up and it's telling the car not to start, or there's some other type of issue that I got going on that I need to figure out. But the good news is that the motor does spin. Decided to go ahead and do it today since I have a little bit of time before going to work. But my buddy's supposed to come over Saturday to help me out with the starter. See if we can hit it and get it to go. But I don't know where starter's at on this engine. Can't see it. It's underneath the car somewhere, I believe. No, it's not on this side. On the 350 I have here in the garage. It's in the back. This is the 350, and the starter for it's back here. So, I mean, if that starter's bad, I can always put this starter on there. But I want to see that engine run before I pull it out. But the fact that it's spinning, that's a good thing. So, it's got an electrical issue, I believe. I gotta get figured out to get it to run. But this is a good motor. It was rebuilt. Got aftermarket header, or not headers, valve covers. I think this is the oil. I believe that may be oil. Looks good in there. I think that's where you put the oil at. But, if that motor in that car don't run, I'll be putting this motor in. Brand new Daco belt, serpentine belt. This looks like the motor that's in the car. So I'm thinking the car, and what's in the car is a 350. But I looked it up and they come stock. The RSs come stock with a V8 305. So I'm not 100% sure. So I gotta figure out why she's not getting power to her whenever I go turn the key. I got a VATS bypass system coming from eBay, so I'll figure that, get that figured out. Once this car's running, I'll be putting a lot more money into it. I'm gonna have to redo the floor pans, because yesterday the jack stand, I had a jack stand on this corner, but more in and more on the support underneath of there. While I was jacking that side up on that side, the jack had slipped off and went through and pushed the floor pan up in. So I figured out how to push that back down, and then I did it on that side, but it's not as bad on that side. But this side, it's pushed up into the cab. So I'm either gonna have to replace the whole floor pan on both sides, because there is a rust hole in the floor pan on that side. It's not a bad one. It's only like the size of my finger, but I'm still gonna have to replace it either way, probably, unless I can get a welder in here, because it's right here. It goes all the way through. I think I can grind that down and paint that. That's just surfaced right there, I believe. But this right here, I'm going to need to probably cut out. That's the only rust hole out of this whole car, up under here. Oh, never mind, there's another one. I mean, I can get a welder up here and just weld some beads across and hopefully fill that up and just grind her down. Try to keep the car original as much as possible. And then I got that rust hole right there. Looks like it was a bump stop or something before. But I definitely can hear the fuel pump running. the transmission is leaking. So I'll have to get that figured out too. I'm not sure which transmission this is. I'm not 100% sure. It's whatever the 305 has. It's the stock transmission. But underneath this car looks pretty good, other than those holes. I mean, it's in really good condition. I'm probably going to replace this support member right here with a bigger, beefier one. And then add some frame rail supports, because I'm going to be putting that 350 in. I know this car is pretty good and there's no really bad rust to worry about, other than this hole, that possibly could be one. It's not going through. This here, it was surface rust. I took a wire wheel to it and cleaned it up and then painted over it. And there's a spot here. I don't know if that's rust. That's just surface too. I can take wire wheel to that. Do the same thing it did to this. I mean, that's all. That's really all. That's the only rust I found on the whole car, other than surface up here. So I mean, that's not really bad rust if you think about it. Really looking at it. I mean, it's bad that it's through, but got some surface rust here. And a spot here. Got some right here. Got some right here. Got this surface rust. Got some in the inner fender here. Got some a little bit right here, right there, and some in here. But other than that, the whole car is clean, pretty clean, inside and out. There's this spot right here. Sand her down, take away this paint, old paint, and repaint it. But this is the OEM paint. Looks like, no, it's not the OEM either, because that's primer right there. It's peeling off. So they didn't sand this good. They didn't even sand it. Bee's nest in there. Bad thing about these stinking cars is the gas tank is freaking metal. There's paint chips here. It's supposedly supposed to be the original paint on the car. I'm not 100% sure though. He said he did paint the front bumper. Can replace that, buy a new one of them. It's cracked and faded. Got some light pods up underneath there. But I'm either thinking painting her all black, or I'll put a picture with this video beside it. But I'm thinking about maybe painting it like, it's called Army Gray. It's a gray color. It's like a whitish gray. It's gray. Looks like maybe somebody mixed a lot of white in with it, so it's a really, really light gray. I'm thinking about doing that and then painting these black, the ground effects black. I think that would look pretty nice. Either that or it's going to do all black, just because of the hood being black. The hood, it just needs cleaned up and clear coat put over it. But yeah, that's a good thing that the motor spins freely like that. I just gotta figure out why it's saying low voltage for the battery being hooked up. Maybe this battery right here is getting ready to go out and I just don't know it. I mean, it starts my Tahoe up and all that. I just pulled this from the Tahoe just now, hooked it up and nothing. So it's either the starter or there's a bad ground somewhere. Because the motor's free, so it should be kicking the starter out. But yeah, that's what I got going on with the camaro for right now. I did fix some rust this morning. I don't know why it's doing that. I think it's because on jack stands. But there was rust up in here, and I wired it and painted over it. It looked like that and that before. And then there was a spot back here fixed too. So I'm probably just going to wire wheel all this rust that's in here and just paint over it. And I can fix that pretty easy as well. Just as long as it's not bare metal there anymore and the rust is out, then it should be fine. I'm gonna replace these. I got them priced out. Both sides is doing that garbage. The door panels themselves are fine. I found this piece on Facebook Marketplace for 125 bucks. A brand new one will cost $300 for a plastic one and $600 for the OEM style this stuff. The only thing wrong with the one that's on Marketplace is there's a dent right here and it's kind of split open on the corner on the driver's side. But I took this T-top glass out and then fixed them spots right there. It looks a lot better. The paint I used was just Rust-Oleum and automotive touch-up. And the paint, as you can see, same color as the car itself, so. That was a good thing. If I get her painted, then I'm gonna have it professionally done. I'm gonna take it professional. But I just want to give you guys an update on my little adventure, my little find I found. Pretty good body wise, but there's a little rust spot, so I think I can just throw a welder up under there and throw some beads of weld there. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna have somebody else do it because I got a flux core welder and they get too hot, so there's not a way to adjust the heat on them. Mine there's not anyways, but I'm gonna throw this battery back in my Tahoe and get it ready for work and head to work.